Let's take the next few minutes to talk about file extensions or file types. As you become more prolific in using different types of programs, understanding the types of files that can and should be associated with that program or programs becomes more important as well. So in general, there are two types of file extensions. They break down into two categories for the most part. Those two categories are proprietary and common. But before we dig too deep into those categories, first things first. Why do we need to understand what file extensions are? Well, to start with, the computer or your operating system uses file extensions to tell the difference between different types of files. For instance, if you are using Microsoft Word and you save your progress, the file extension that's tagged to that file from then on is .docx. And the computer then understands from that point forward that that file is a Word document and it's to be opened by Microsoft Word. Another example would be the .ppt file extension. If you're working in Microsoft PowerPoint or any other presentation software and you save your progress, the file is tagged with this file extension, and from then on, the operating system understands that this type of file is a PowerPoint file or a file that can be opened in PowerPoint or similar software. So file extensions are extraordinarily important to the computer understanding what it should use to open your file. Now, when it comes to those categories of file extensions or file types, let's talk first about proprietary file extensions. And these are file extensions that are, in general, owned by a company or by a person, and therefore can only be used or opened by a program that's designated by that company or that person. And on my computer, you see here, I have installed an Adobe piece of software that's called Lightroom. And these file extensions that you see here on this list can only be opened by that program. No other program can open those types of files. So this is a great example of a proprietary file extension. If you are a person who values flexibility and you'd like to have access to a file with multiple programs that you want to, in general, spend more time with open or common file extensions. Now, a great example of a common file extension would be this image file extension, .jpeg or .jpeg. This file extension designates an image file. And what this means then is the computer recognizes that file as an image file, and because it's open, you can use any program you want to open that particular file, provided that program can view or render images. Another great example of an open file extension is the .txt extension. This one denotes text documents. And what this means, because it's open, is that you can use any word processor you like to open that particular file, unlike the .docx extension, which only applies to Word documents. And as you can see here in the menu, this particular extension can be used with Microsoft Word, Notepad, which is automatically selected, and also WordPad as well. So it's a very flexible file extension. Another important question that we need to consider is, how do you know what type of file you have? Well, if you right-click on the file and select Properties, in the window that is then displayed, you'll see all the details pertaining to that file. And the type of file is displayed in this window as well. And as you can see with this particular file, it's a .jpg file, therefore it's an image file. And then in the same place, you have the option to choose the program you want to automatically open this file. And with respect to that choice, you have other options as well.